All right, good morning. Happy Friday, and welcome to your HMG weekly wrap up. How's everybody doing? It looks like we got the platforms going here. We got a little bit of different setup today, so I'm kind of moving my eyes around. TikTok land, welcome back. It's been a couple weeks, almost a month since I've been on the talk doing the weekly wrap up. So appreciate you guys jumping on. Leave comments. Let me know where you guys are at in the world. And yeah, happy Friday. Hope everybody's having a good week. Got a lot to cover this week. A lot of cool stuff happened to us this week. And we'll dive into that here momentarily. I'm just going to wait another minute or two. Let's get some more people online here. We got Instagram. What else do we got? The X, LinkedIn, Facebook. We're all up. TikTok. Got a couple people over there. Hello. Loving the comments already. All right. Let's dive into it. It's June. June's here, and it is, and summer's here. Summer's in full effect. It's been kind of warm out here in the East Coast. 70s, 80s, not bad, but it's been humid. It's starting to get humid and a lot of rain. Again, if you're jumping on, I see some of you guys jumping on. Let me know where you guys are at in the country. You guys notice I don't have the jacket on today. I am more casual. It's casual today for me. So a lot of things happened this week. Yesterday was the 80th anniversary of D-Day. Stormed the beaches of Normandy. Also known as Operation Overlord was the code name for the Battle of Normandy. Allied operation that launched the successful liberation of German-occupied Western Europe during World War II. The operation was launched on June 6, 1944, with the Normandy landing, known as Operation Neptune, codename Operation Neptune. 1,200 planes, airborne assault proceeded an amphibious assault involving more than 5,000 vessels, nearly 160,000 troops crossed the English Channel on 6 June 1944, and more than 2 million Allied troops were in France by the end of August. Pretty amazing stuff. So all the veterans, World War II veterans out there, we appreciate you. They say it's the greatest generation, and by far, everyone that I've ever met, that generation that was a veteran, has been absolutely amazing to talk with, and the stories that they share. So thank you. What else we got coming up this month? This month is a lot of stuff coming up this month. Army birthday for all you Army veterans out there. That's right around the corner. Flag Day. Also, we got a question here. How many died? That's a great one. Korea too. Everyone for no Korea. My grandfather served in Korea, Rick. Yeah, that's right around the corner too, I believe. Carry on politics. Good morning to you, Jeremy. Thank you for jumping on. Present. I love it. Yeah. So to all of our veterans out there, again, here at Heroes Media Group, last month was we celebrated what we call Heroes Month, but let's be honest, every month should be Heroes Month, especially those that have donned the uniform, and those of you that support those that do it. So appreciate you all. Christina, good morning. Awesome. What do we got here over at TikTok land? Yep. That's loving it. Keep them coming. So summer is here. I mentioned summer is here. What's the plan for the summer? What are you guys' plan? Does anybody have any cool trips coming up? Anything? Any trips coming up this summer for anybody? Anything exciting? What is this type of stuff do you guys like to do in the summer? Me personally, I'm an outdoors guy. I'm probably going to be doing a lot of fishing this summer. In fact, I'm really kind of hoping that, and a lot of travel within the continental United States. So that's what I have coming up. I'd like to hear some stuff that you guys have planned. If you guys got some trips coming up or something cool that you're excited about, um, leave it in the comment, whatever platform you're watching this on, whether you're on the live right now, or watch this later on over the weekend. So, what kind of cool stuff do you guys got lined up for this summer? Got to talk about this event. I posted this a couple weeks ago, um, on June 25th. Kim Kawasaki, David Phelps, Lori Graymont, and Jason Anderson will be speaking at Johns Hopkins University's Carey Business School about the real estate industry. This is a great opportunity. So, all you veterans out there, pay attention. This is a great opportunity if you've thought about getting into the real estate business, or just in real estate investing. You don't want to miss this class. June 25th, it's a free class. And it's going to be talking about how to get in today's market and how to adapt and thrive. As part of this endeavor, Johns Hopkins University is trying to help more veterans land high paying jobs or start companies in the real estate industry. And I will leave this, excuse me, I wrote an article on this. I'm going to post the article. At the bottom of the article, you can sign up for this event. Again, it's happening June 25th. And if you're not in the DC area, that's fine. You can actually do this virtually. Go ahead, share that, sign up for it. TikTok land, I'll post it afterwards. And those of you that are interested, so go check that out. This is going to be a great class. Again, if you're in the DC area, Johns Hopkins University, it'll be live. Let us know so we can get you set up for VIP access. Just send us a direct message to whatever platform you're listening to or watching this on, and we'll make sure we get that happen. June 25th. And again, if you're not in DC, sign up for it. You can watch it virtually. I got to give a shout out to a good friend of mine, Junaid. Junaid Hamid started a new book, 7 Stages of a Home Studio Evolution. This is an awesome book. Junaid's been a good friend. He's one of the network sponsors here. His company's called Home Studio Mastery. It's a very easy to read book. I don't know if there's places that you can hit notes and stuff. A lot of places you can take notes, but he helped with the teleprompter setup, the monitor stuff for me. It's been great working with him. If you get a chance, go check out his book, 7 Stages of Home Studio. Those of you that podcast are looking to do more content on the interwebs, go check it out. It could help you out a lot. Let me see. Let me get caught up here, Jeremy. Nice. Jeremy, where are you going to the rally? Let us know. All right, let's dive into some of the topics that I thought were pretty interesting. Rick, what question? Did I ask a question? I don't understand what you're saying. Send me a message, Rick. Here's some of the headlines that I found kind of interesting this week. Jeremy, I got you. Vegas, we got it. Brianna, good morning to you. Appreciate you. We're gonna dive into. Let's see here. Oh, got a great question here. Have I heard rumors about basic training has safe spaces for recruits to decompress? This is a question from Rick on TikTok. I haven't personally. I lie. I've heard a rumor about it, but I haven't talked to anybody or have confirmed that. I don't know. Is that a thing now? Are they doing safe spaces for? I remember back in the day when I went through it was they did the oh damn it, what was it? Oh, they had a stress card. If you're feeling stressed out, pull out your stress card. You guys remember those, the stress cards? Yeah, Rick. Yeah, the Navy gives you special rooms. We're gonna leave that one alone. There's plenty of Navy jokes in that one, but I do know. Yeah, when I went through uh, Navy or excuse me, Army had stress cards when I went through Army basic training back in the late '90s. I do remember. I do remember that. Anyway, all right, let's get into some of these topics here. I want to hear you guys' input on this one. A couple of weeks ago, I talked about China. So the Chinese defense head warns of self-destruction for Taiwan supporters. Admiral Dong Wan, can't make that up, uh, gave a stern and at times stringent speech on the last day of the Shanghai dialogue, a defense summit in Singapore that draws officials from across the region. Dong warned that those who support the independence for Taiwan, a rogue providence in the eyes of Chinese leaders, will face, quote, self destruction. This has been a problem for, I don't know, 6, 7 years now, I think, where China kind of took over the South China Sea, started building islands, and now they have a fully functional military presence there in the South China Sea on those islands. Um, why the mainstream media hasn't talked more about it is beyond me. I'm not really sure why. I've said this has been an issue for a long time. There's a great book called The 100-Year Marathon. I brought it up. You can look it up online. It's called The 100-Year Marathon. They kind of talk about their plan of world domination and whatnot. And the last couple of years, China has made more and more of a presence in the South China Sea. And just what, last week or the week before, China had surrounded the island of Taiwan with military, their military. So it's going to be interesting to see what goes on. But I don't know. I said it's probably, my prediction of this is it's probably going to get worse. Unfortunately, I think this might be the next thing that kicks off with China. But I think that's also been a long time coming, quite frankly. Um, Rick, no, I didn't. Jeremy, yep, I got you there. But hey, listen, guys, I like, keep the comments coming. I'll check on the comments after we get through. I only got a couple of headlines today, just a few more. Stay with me. Here's another one. WHO issues warning, not who as in the band. I'm talking about the World Health Organization issues a warning after bird flu allegedly jumps to humans. Holy, I can't believe this is really happening. The World Health Organization issued a warning after a new strand of bird flu allegedly jumped to humans. I mean, who knew? Who? Sorry, who? Who knew that the bird flu could jump to humans? Anyway, this happened June 5th. An update to the WHO's disease outbreak news reads, "Quote: On 23rd May of 2024, the Mexico International Health Regulations reported a confirmed case of human infection with the new bird flu. It happened in Mexico City. The individual that became infected with the bird flu was 59 years old. Many believe bird flu fears will persist through the 2024 presidential election." Didn't see that coming. Political commentator Rogan O'Hadley wrote on X, "Looks like bird flu learned how to kill humans just in time for election season." I can't, again, this, you have to look this up. Who look this up? Pastor Brown, I know. Who? Who? Shay Sparks, good morning to you. Who? World Health Organization. I can't. I think we've seen this coming, and I said it last week. Those of you on TikTok, this is the first time I've been on with you guys for a while, but last week I stated that what we're seeing play out in the world is there's a lot of bad actors right now. I'm not saying this stuff isn't serious. It's not what I'm saying. Don't take it that way. What I am saying and why I'm saying it this way is we really need to kind of pay attention of what we're doing and what we're reading, what we're consuming, and put the puzzle pieces together. Why is the World Health Organization saying this? Why is there how do you control a large population? You scare people. It's that simple. It is that simple. Rob, good morning to you. How do you brand your name on on a flu? I don't know, Shay. I feel kind of cheated, quite frankly. Bird flu, it makes me look bad. I'm gonna have to change my name, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, look that up. Let's pay attention to the bird flu this summer because apparently it's jumping to humans now. Past time to revolt. I'm loving the comments on TikTok. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. What's the next headline? I think this is the last headline for this week. This one kind of city forbids chaplains from praying in Jesus' name. A city official in Carlsbad, California, part of the problem there, has prohibited a police chaplain and a fire chaplain from praying in Jesus' name. Police chaplain J.C. Cooper and fire chaplain Denny Cooper, J.C.'s father, provided support, encouragement, and prayer for first responders as they face traumatic situations, right? A lot of us know what they go through. Legal group First Liberty Institute wrote, this guy, First Liberty Institute, as JC concluded his prayer during the Carlsbad Police Department award ceremony with the phrase, "In Jesus' name," the city manager said the chaplain would be disciplined if that phrase was ever used again. Any other name for God is permissible, the city manager said, except for Jesus. The city manager also said that saying Jesus is considered harassment. Jesus. Really? I don't know what to think about this one. I think that one kind of rubbed me the wrong way though. So anyway, you can look that up if you guys want more information on that. Should people, I don't know, not use in Jesus' name? I guess we're trying to change how Christians have done things for so long. I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts on that? Should you not talk about Jesus? I'd like to know when we shouldn't talk about politics and talk about religion. I think it's healthy to have open conversations. You don't have to agree with each other. I would like to think most of us are adults. We can agree to disagree and still be friends. That's just my take on it. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying to be positive too much, I guess. Rick says on TikToks there should always be a separation between church and state. Yeah. I agree. That's all the headlines that I got today. Thought they were pretty interesting. So yeah, that's those are what those are there. And I was gonna say something else. I totally forgot what I was gonna say now. So let me just scroll back up here and make sure I didn't miss anything. Got Janet book. All right. Coffee time. You can see in the background here, HMG coffee. We pushed our sale through June, 10% off, hmgcoffee.com. If you want some coffee, some good coffee, go ahead, go there. Proceeds go to support community heroes, law enforcement, firefighters, first responders, military personnel, veterans, the whole nine. John B., which Bible? Bible says to ask in Jesus' name. Yeah, interesting. Guys, keep that conversation going. I like that. We got a new. I know what I was going to talk about. So this past week, we're going to start talking about the shows here in just a second. But before I get into the shows, I want to share some stuff that happened to me personally in the last this past week. I had a great time. It's always a good time when I get to spend time with family members of Heroes Media Group. This past week, We had Glenn and Drew from the Arms Room show in town and got to spend some time with them. Went to the range, got to do some shooting, got to go to a few wineries here in our local area that my wife and I have never been to. But it was just a good time, and I'm so appreciative of getting to spend time with people that you like, respect, and that I've known for quite a while. Glenn and Drew are phenomenal. They have a company called Independence Training. Go to independencetraining.com. Also check them out on the Arms Room. You can go to the Arms Room Show .com. They are the OG show of HMG, meaning they were the first ones when we created this particular platform almost 9 years ago. So I've known Glenn for quite a while. They train all over the country. They do a lot of firearms instruction, but they do a lot of medical stuff, stop the bleed, dirt medicine, just everyday things you can learn. And the way that they teach is amazing. They work so good together, husband and wife couple. They took my wife out to the range to shoot, teach her how to shoot better. And it was just phenomenal watching them. And I've done several classes with Glenn. And when I have questions on dirt medicine or any type of firearm stuff related to firearms, I call him. He's a subject matter expert through and through. But so I strongly encourage you guys to please go check out independencetraining.com and the armsroomshow.com. And Glenn is just a solid Glenn Andrew. They're just solid people. And you know, they're the type that when things start to go down, you're looking for them, seeing what they're doing and hoping that they're on your side. So without further ado, I'm going to kick off what you missed this week on the show with the Arms Room Show. They do a show. They put out a new content every Monday at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's Arizona time. This week, they're discussing how to treat common outdoor injuries. Common outdoor injuries. Check it out. It's called the Arms Room Show. Next up, we got a new show on the network. We've talked about it in the past. They were coming. We finally got them onboarded. It's called Patriots Inside the Wire. Voices of Valor, where every beat, every story, and every note resonates with the heartbeat of our community. Join us for a dramatic online broadcast that transcends boundaries, wavering together music, new events, the power narratives of our patriots, first responders, veterans, and Gold Star families. She does a show, or they do a show, excuse me, she does a couple shows, but every Wednesday night, you're going to be able to see them live right on Heroes Media Group. You can check them out, and you can check out all the shows right now. Go to heroesmediagroup.com. It'll give you a list of the shows that are currently on the network. Check it out. Next up, we got another newer show to the network, Bumping the Road, This Week and Heinz, Emotional Freedom Technique. Have you ever felt like the weight of your past traumas was physically holding you down? In this episode, they're going to explore a story that might change the way you think about emotional healing and personal growth. Anne takes us on a journey through her life marked with a series of different traumas, including the loss of her mother at a very young age. And it wasn't until late in her 30s where she discovered a technique that would revolutionize her world. It's called Emotional Freedom Techniques, or EFT, also known as tapping. This is an interesting technique. I've tried it in the past with some people. I know some people that currently do this. It's absolutely amazing. Check it out. This one's called Bump in the Road. Next up, another newer show to the network. I'm absolutely loving it. The Professional Rule Breaker. This week, the question asks, when was the last time you did something for the first time? This week's guest, Deborah Davies. Deborah Davies Leg is an ultimate adventurer. She's done things most of us simply only dream about. From being a transformational coach to an equine practitioner, an author, and even working on a screenplay. She's pretty much done it all. She talks about her journey from being a nurse to just packing up and moving to Costa Rica to open up a retreat center. Pretty cool story. Great episode. It's called The Professional Rule Breaker. Next up, another new show of ours. It's called the Senior Living Guide. Go to seniorlivingguide.com. This week, Karen from AARP Florida talks about fraud prevention and reporting scams and fraudulent activities. You'd be surprised what some of the benefits that AARP has. We used to joke about it. Now I'm getting stuff like that in the mail. So yeah, I'm paying more attention to this, but there's a lot of scams going on with our elders, right? Is the senior side, and they consider seniors 45 and older. Not sure who created that level of it, but whatever. Anyway, the conversation talks about fraud. They offer support to victims and how to enhance public awareness from romance scams to leveraging AI technology to phasing tactics on preying on emotional vulnerabilities. They explore various forms of fraud and how to shield yourself from being a victim of these things. Check it out, seniorlivingguide.com. Next up, we got the People's Patriot Project. Our friends, hey, David, good morning to you. What's up, brother? People's Patriot Project. We got your 6 at 6. And they do a couple of shows each week, but we got your 6 at 6 Sunday night, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. This past Sunday, they had Corey Schaefer. He is if you ever seen the Till Valhalla t-shirts, that's the dude. That's Corey's company. He talks about how he founded the company. They also had country music from the 90s and 2000s. Then you'll remember Chad Brock. Chad Brock also joined them this week on the show. So check it out. They also did I think Monday nights they do their weekly debrief, I think they call it. And then they also do a WeP3 radio where they talk a lot about veteran musicians. All right, what do we got next here? We got Other Side of the Firewall. What do you do when you ask a CISP, CISSP? It's an IT term. I'm not an IT guy. You guys know this. Mr. Ryan Williams interviews Rico Randall, a veteran and senior consultant at Red Hat. Rico shares his background in the military and his transition into the civilian workforce. He discusses his experience obtaining certifications like the CISSP and his current role at Red Hat. Rico also talks about his podcast, Dem Tech Folks, which aims to build community and highlight diverse voices in the tech industry. Pretty cool. Other Side of the Firewall, they do a show Monday through Friday. Every episode Monday through Friday, each day. Check it out. Other Side of the Firewall. Shay Sparks show coming up soon. That's going to be next week. She's got a new episode launching for season 11, 12, something like that. New season coming out. Every Man's Odyssey, new stuff coming. Check that out. Stand by for that. Next up, we got the Misfit Nation podcast. Got to catch the show last night, which was pretty cool. They do a live Facebook show 3 times a week. Their most recent podcast episode is with Tyler Grogg. He's an explosive specialist. I love this. Tyler enlisted in the Marine Corps, where he embarked on deployments across the Pacific, including humanitarian missions and in combat zones. It was during that time where his fascination with explosives was ignited. No pun intended. Leading him to become an explosive ordnance disposal technician. Tyler's military career was marked by bravery and sacrifice, including multiple deployments and injuries sustained in combat. Despite the challenges, Tyler's love for explosives persisted, leading him to pursue opportunities as a pyrotechnician and eventually landing in his current role with the TSA. This is a really cool episode. Check it out. Misfit Nation podcast. Tony Abrascato, what's up? I see you there. Denise, good morning. How are you? Long time. Keep them coming, folks. I appreciate it. Next up, David, if you're there, he is right there. Tuesday and Thursday night with Brandon Cooper. I'm actually going to talk about Brandon right now, David. Next up, we have the Homefront Sit Rep podcast. David and Brandon just chatting about Brandon being the newest member of the Homefront Sit Rep team. And they're also joined by 30, who is a Marine Corps rapper from Chicago, Illinois. This was a pretty cool episode. And then also, I believe it was Sunday night, they talked with our friend Jeremy, who's the CEO over at the Mighty Oaks Foundation. And I had Jeremy on the Decision Hour last month as well. Great organization. If you missed this episode, check it out, Homefront Sit Rep podcast. And David just told me on Facebook that they're going to be adding 2 more nights. So right now, Homefront Sit Rep, you can see it Sunday and Monday nights. And then Brandon's going to be taking over. It looks like Tuesday and Thursday nights. So we're excited to hear more about that. And we'll keep you posted as that continues to evolve. So Homefront Sit Rep, make sure you go check that out. David, thank you for the updates, brother. Appreciate it. Next up, we got the Joel Evans Show. This week, David Steinman, best-selling author of Raising Healthy Kids, Protect Them from Hidden Toxins. It's an insightful conversation. They dive into the hidden chemical toxins in everyday products and how we can protect our children from them. This is a great episode. I like this. It's definitely something you want to pay attention to if you're a parent. It's called The Joel Evans Show. Check it out. Next up, what do we got? Beyond the Rut this week, Naomi Hathaway, who helps people organize, navigate workplace transitions. This one was really cool. Naomi shares her personal experience from leaving a job due to misaligned values. I'm going to make a side note here real quick. How many of you are either in a job, because some of you just have to have that job, or how do you take, have you worked a job, or are you in a job that currently goes against maybe your aligned values? What do you, anybody out there that are you in a job that is kind of misaligned values? Well, right now, she develops a framework for leaving well on good terms. Basically, they discuss the importance of knowledge transfer, open communication, and treating the exit process just as much care as the onboarding process. The conversation also touches on recognizing signs that it might be time to leave a job and the importance of self-reflection in the decision-making process. Check it out. This is Beyond the Rut. All right, next up, we have Label Free Podcast. This week, Ellen Bush, a domestic abuse survivor, author, and a disempowered keynote speaker, coach, and dyslexia sufferer. Ellen shares her powerful story of overcoming labels and abusive relationships. She discusses how the label of dyslexia affected her self-esteem and how her parents supported and helped her defy the negative expectations placed on her by her teachers. She talks about her healing, empowerment, and lighting, include her decision to write the book Disempowered, to share her story, hoping to help other people that have this dyslexia overcome it and how to overcome it. That is Label Free Podcast. Got a couple more here. Back in the Saddle this week, Pushing Back Chaos. The topic this week was the spirit leads the heart, not the heart leading the spirit. This week, Mike and Melon open up and an in-depth review of their own lives since the last episode. It's been a couple weeks since the last episode, and a lot's going on. They talk about moving across the world, to recovering from physical injury, to developing a plan of action for the next chapter of life for both of them. They discuss what feeds their spirit, the emotions they feel consistently, and the actions that result in their path to achieving their goals. What matters most is what we feed our spirit throughout the trials and developments. This was a pretty cool episode. It's called Pushing Back Chaos. Check it out. Got a couple more here. Next podcast up is Because Bikers Matter podcast with our man Vegas. This week, Vegas interviews Ashley Alexander, a talented bike painter from Raleigh, North Carolina. Shares her background growing up in family rides, how she transitioned from being a Harley girl to becoming a bike painter. She discusses her passion for art, self-taught skills in airbrushing, and her favorite projects, including a Pan-American mural and a welding helmet design for Northern Tool. This is pretty cool. Great artist, too. She got some really cool stuff out. It's called Bikers Matter Podcast. Check it out. Next up, we got the Environmentally Speaking. This week, they're talking about combating soil erosion. They explore environmental economic benefits of keeping trees intact. From the real world examples in Australia to our own right here in our backyard in the United States, discover why cutting down trees might be hurting more than just the landscape. They also discuss shocking insights to how tree roots outperform concrete in maintaining land stability. Don't miss out. Tune in. This was actually pretty interesting. I learned a lot from this one. Environmentally Speaking. Check it out. Next up, we got the MSEC podcast, Military Child Education Coalition. Great nonprofit organization. If you're in the military, active duty, Guard, Reserve, or you're a veteran and you have kids that are still in school, go check out militarychild.org. They got a slew of resources that are great for kids. This week, Dr. Shannon Hoover discusses the importance of prioritizing mental health and well-being of students in schools and how multi-tiered systems of support provide a framework that supports the whole child. Check it out. That's this week's MSEC podcast. And last, certainly not least, this week, we got the Chasing Happiness podcast. This week, 5 mindset shifts for business owners in times of uncertainty. Ryan dives into some hacks that helped him push through some challenges and find success. Some of those are navigating business challenges, embracing opportunities, and mastering time blocking, and a whole bunch more. Check it out. That's this week's Chasing Happiness. Shout out to my tax fella, Veterans PCS, HMG Beverage, JB Auto Clothiers, Jim Neary's Bait and Tackle, Warriors on the Water, the Freedom People, Forget Genetics, Home Studio Mastery. Make sure you go check out my boy Junaid, his new book. It's awesome. I'm proud of you, dude. Motorcycle Safety Lawyers, and more. I'll post all this stuff in the comment sections after the show. That is it for this week. That's all the stuff. What do we got here? I'm going to catch up here. Rick, I'll catch up on the comments here in a bit. Facebook, listen, appreciate you guys. Again, summer stuff. What do you guys want me to cover next week? Next week, we're going to have a special guest. We're going to have, I'm going to tell you on Monday. Stay tuned for Monday. We're going to post an announcement. But Senior Living Guide is going to be our guest next week. So stay tuned for that. That's it. Have a great weekend. Have a blessed weekend. Get out. If you guys see stuff that bothers you, shut the computer off, turn your phone off for a while, get out in nature. Remember, think for yourself. God bless you. God bless America. I appreciate you guys. We'll see y'all next week. Take care.